Amazon Basic backpack back in the house. Let's go. That's right guys, welcome back, part 2 of the What's in My Camera Bag video. Today we are going to be focusing on my football photography setup, so my bag and what I carry for when I'm shooting football. Today is Tuesday, tomorrow Wednesday I'm photographing Chelsea versus Tottenham at Stamford Bridge. It should be a great fixture. Got my gear together, I've been getting everything ready tonight, I always do it the day before if I can. Charging all my gear, cleaning stuff. I do that before every event, like I make sure everything's charged, I give everything a clean, even if it's just a little dust off, a little kind of whack with the blower to make sure the lens hasn't got any specks on the front. And I've done all that this evening, got the bags packed, so I thought I would show you guys exactly what I'm taking to Stamford Bridge tomorrow night for Chelsea versus Tottenham. I have 2 bags for the football, mainly because I need more stuff and because I need the big 300mm lens. So I've got my roller case and I've got my backpack as well. Amazon Basics, it's back. I'm going to be showing you guys what I've got in there. Going to get into the video. Before I do, guys, don't forget to check out my other social media channels. Go check me out on Instagram, primarily for this kind of stuff, and you will see some photos of tomorrow night's Chelsea versus Tottenham on there as soon as I've got them. Go check out my sports Instagram page. That's right here on the screen, Rob Sambles Sport. I've got 2 other channels as well. Go check out Scorchers Photog, primarily for basketball, specifically coverage of Surrey Scorchers basketball. And last but not least, my personal passion, my landscape stuff, go check that out on @RobSamblesPhoto. You can also find me on @RobSamblesPhoto on Twitter as well. Go follow me along, guys. And if you go find me on Instagram or Twitter, drop me a comment on any of the posts. Just let me know that you come from YouTube, because that's always really cool to see who's kind of on the different platforms. And it's cool because I recognise lots of the names of people who follow and comment on my videos. Then I recognise the names over on Instagram, which is always cool too. So I'm keeping an eye out for you guys, don't worry. I recognise the names, as many as I can. We've got like 1,100, nearly 1,200 subscribers now, but I'd like to think I recognise the names of most of the regular contributors in the comments and stuff like that, which is always really cool. So thank you guys very much. Right, let's get into this. Let's show you what's in my bag. One of them is a bigger bag, so I'm going to have to work out how to show you this. I might move the camera a little bit, but we'll see how we go. Let's get into it, guys. Let's see what's in the bag for shooting some Premier League football. Let's go. Okay, guys, so I think we've got to start with the old favourite, right? We've got to start with the backpack. Now, the backpack is more like my accessories, I suppose, so I'm going to start off with that and show you exactly what we have got in the Amazon Basics backpack. Then I'll move on to the bigger case. I'm going to have to move the camera for that one. So look, first things first. In the back pocket over here, I've got my laptop. Not going to bother taking that out. You guys saw my laptop in the basketball video. Go check it out if you haven't. It's the Lenovo ThinkPad. Go check that one out, guys. That goes in the back pocket. In the front pocket over here, I keep a few other accessories. So I've always got my hat. Whether I think it's going to be cold or not, I will always take my hat, because with the forecast it's not going to be cold, then it ends up being cold guaranteed. Not worth it. I've always got my hat in the front pocket right there. I also have in the front my memory cards. Same memory cards you guys saw in the basketball video. So my memory card readers. I've got 2 of those in there. I've got my main one, my Lexar Pro card reader. I also have my backup memory card reader, which is just the cheaper Amazon one. And also in this bag, I take for football. The only reason why I don't take this for basketball photography is because my laptop is always about 10 foot away from me. But this is my security cable for my laptop. If I have to leave my laptop in the photography room for any reason, I'll always make sure it's locked up, even if it's like a 2-minute trip to get a drink, something like that. That's in the front as well. I've got some business cards in the front there, and actually that's about it in the front pocket of the backpack, guys. Now, the main bulk of the backpack. Hang on, let me just move around a bit. Okay, so the main bulk of the backpack. Now this is pretty much just for accessories. I don't really have any actual photo gear in this bag, because I have this little setup of what I take with me, and I take it everywhere. This is primarily like wet weather gear, clothes, stuff like that. So first up, I have 2 rain covers. I've got my main rain cover, my big one. anyone who's interested, this is just a fairly cheap matin rain cover that I bought on eBay or maybe Amazon, one of the two. I bought it a while ago. That is for my main camera and it fits over my 300mm lens for if it's raining. I have a second one, a smaller one, cheap plastic. You guys probably seen these. These are Optec rain sleeves. You can get these on Amazon, eBay, again, real cheap. But that's good enough. That would be to go over my second camera, which will be my 1DX with my 70-200 on it. That's my other rain cover there. I have a towel. This is one of those like mini super absorbent towels that you can get for like camping and stuff. I really find that useful. Helps me get any water off anything as and when my stuff gets wet. Now, you guys in the UK, you probably know that the weather's been good this week. Tomorrow is supposed to be good as well, but nonetheless, I will still be taking all of this wet weather stuff because you never know. I've had a forecast before which said something like 3% chance of rain. Didn't take my raincoat and I got drenched. It rained like the whole time. That was at Stamford Bridge actually. I'm never taking that risk again, so I will always have my wet weather gear, mainly because it's so light. Like, what's the difference, right? It's only just gets chucked in the backpack anyway, so I always have it with me just in case. Sticking to the theme of wet weather gear, I've got two bag covers. Larger one for the roller case, smaller one for the backpack. Rain covers go over the bags if I need to. Rain, wind or shine, I will put the rain cover over the gear when I'm sat pitch side because sometimes the sprinklers will come on, something like that, it goes over the bags. So I always put the rain covers on even in the middle of the summer when I'm going to be setting up my gear and shooting off. One last one, another rain cover in there too. Actually, that's like a duplicate. I've got two bigger ones, but hey, just in case. Other couple of bits I have in this bag. First of all, my wire. Now, this is my huge 30-meter wire on the big reel. Anyone who's not seen my wire or what it's about, go check out my video on, I think, communications, I called it, something like that. I'll talk all about the hard wire. I'll use this at Stamford Bridge because I can wire myself from the corner to probably about halfway up the side of the pitch if I needed to from this 30-meter wire, which is really great. It saves me having to risk the Wi-Fi. Last thing in this bag is my mini tripod. So this is the little tripod, real cheap, simple kind of extending tripod. The brand of this is Cambo Photo, nothing fancy at all. I use this for my behind the goal remote. I actually won't probably be doing a remote tomorrow. I tend not to at Stamford Bridge. It's real narrow on the ends behind the goal, so I just don't really like doing it, is the honest answer there. So I probably won't use that at all, but just in case, I will take it along with me. That's everything in the backpack, guys. Let's move on to the other bag. Oh, jeez. Heavy. So, this is the roller case that I will be taking with me tomorrow. Now, I work with two roller cases. You guys will have seen the two of them in lots of my different videos if you check those out. This is the hard case, like the Pelly case. It's not actually a genuine Pelly case, just in case it gets sued or anything like that. It's not a Pelly case, but it's basically a replica of the Pelly 1510. And I've got the Pelly case inserts in it, which you'll see in 1 second. So I will either use the hard case or the roller case, depending on which venue I'm going to and which job I'm going to. The reason I use this for Stamford Bridge is because you sit along the side, like behind an advertising board. And so I actually use the top of this as like a table for my laptop. And I find it easier to do that with this than I do with the roller bag. In some situations, I won't be able to have a setup like that in front of me, so then I maybe will take the roller case, or especially if I've got to carry it further and I don't want the backpack, because with the soft roller case bag, I can fit the laptop in there. So there's lots of different variables for why, but tomorrow I'm using this. The roller case has got all my stickers on the front. Some point maybe I'll do a video about what these are all about, but that is the roller case itself. Not much to talk about the outside, other than the fact you can put your padlocks on there, which I will do tomorrow. I've also got my big lock on the top. Again, just a simple kind of bike cable lock, guys. Quite a thick one though, which I will use to actually lock the case itself, like to the kind of hoarding at the side of the pitch. For if I have to leave it unattended at all, I always make sure it's locked. So let's move down and have a look inside the bag, and then we can go from there. Okay guys, so inside the case, don't worry, those of you guys who want to see like the setup of it, I'm going to move the camera in a bit and I'll show you the configuration and what I got where. So first of all, let's just talk through. I'm going to do the same as I did with the basketball video and kind of talk through the camera bodies, and then I'm going to talk about the lenses. A couple of bits on top though, which are blocking us from getting to that stuff. I've got my little cleaning kit with the blower and the brush in the top there. I've also got my memory card case with all my memory cards in it, and a couple of bits in the top sections. This is actually the official Pelly case, like lid insert, which I use. A few accessories, a little pouch with some tools and stuff in it. Spare batteries, which actually I won't use tomorrow, but I got those in there anyway. I also have random bits in here, a car charger. This is actually a shower cap, guys, which I will use as like a mini rain cover if I do the behind the goal camera. If you guys check out my video, I think it was the camera hack, it was the camera hacks for sports photography video I did. I show you what that's for, so go check out that video if you haven't seen it. Now into the actual main part of the bag. So first of all, my main camera body will be tomorrow. I say main, I've got two joint main ones. First one is the 7D Mark II. And the 7D Mark II will be used on the long lens, which I will talk about in 1 second, don't worry. In fact, no, let's do it the other way. Let's talk about that lens right now. So the long lens, the reason I will use the 7D on that one, 7D Mark II, is because my main lens is 300mm. And the 300mm lens is not as much reach as a lot of guys who use for football, and a lot of you guys who shoot football might be using a 400mm lens. I'll use a 300mm because I find it works really well on the 72, which gives you the 1.6 crop factor, and I find those two really work well together. So I've got the 300mm. Let's look specifically at my 300mm. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is my 300mm lens. This is the Canon 300mm f2.8 IS Mark I. It's got like this kind of neoprene hood thing over the top, which I keep on there just to protect the front. That's the hood, which then comes off. That's the actual lens itself, and of course the hood will go onto the front, like so, to turn it into a bit of a big sort of bad boy size lens. It's not too heavy, this one. This isn't the new, it's not the newest one by a stretch, but it's nowhere like as heavy as some of the older lenses. Nowhere like as heavy as my old 300mm lens I used to use. My 300mm that you guys have seen in my previous videos was the non-IS Mark I, a really old Canon lens. This is still pretty old. I mean, Canon don't make this anymore. In fact, they don't make parts for this anymore. But this is the IS Mark I version, which I find to be a fantastic lens. Focus is good, image quality is great. And I use that combined with the... In fact, let's put the body on there. Come on, let's do this. There you go, guys. So that's with the 7D Mark II on the back. So that will be my main camera and body lens setup for the further away stuff. Still fairly heavy. Like, God, you couldn't handhold that for too long. You'd be struggling. But there it is. That is my main camera lens and body setup. That will be, sorry, I should have said, that will be on a monopod, of course. The monopod is actually in the boot of the car. Sorry, guys, I don't have that. But I'm going to do a video at some point soon. I'm kind of reviewing some of the accessories that I use now, because those have also changed since the last time I did an accessories video. Okay, cool, back to the case. So my second camera body is my new trusty Canon 1DX. The battery's missing right now because actually it's just behind us over here getting charged, ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm going to plug that on there in just a minute. The Canon 1DX will be paired up with my 70 to 200mm. So the same lens, of course, that I use for the basketball. This is a 70 to 200 f2.8. I've just realised I might have said 1.8 for the 300mm. You guys probably realise that's not 1.8, it's 2.8. Now, of course, that's the 2.8, the 70 to 200 f2.8. I pair that up with the 1DX. I'll be using that for all the action that's closer towards me. So the 300mm will be for all the action kind of down the far end of the pitch, and the 70 to 200 will be the action that's closer to me. And of course the sort of all around the penalty box, the goal mouth, stuff like that. Those tend to be the money shots, the ones that sell and get used. So this is actually probably the most important lens that I will have with me tomorrow. Okay, my third camera is my other Canon 7D Mark II. You will see that there is no grip attached to this one because this would go on that little mini tripod and go behind the goal. Like I said, at Stamford Bridge I probably won't be doing that, so more likely this will be attached to my third lens, which is my 24-70, freshly taped up as you guys saw me do the other day. And this will be attached to that. If you sat right next to me, there is a good chance I won't use it at all, apart from maybe some like stadium shots, stuff like that. But that will be with me just in case there is a celebration which comes like right in towards me, right in front, and suddenly my 70mm isn't wide enough anymore. I can grab hold of this, I can get the shots, get the celebration, be right in the middle of the crowd and get all that kind of stuff. Fingers crossed that happens. That's obviously the dream scenario. We'll see how we go though, right? But that's the third camera that I have. There is one lens that I do not have to show you right now, and the reason I don't have it to show you guys is because it is filming this video right here. But that is my Canon 10-22mm. That's the one that I would use on the behind the goal camera, right out wide at 10mm, and that just slots in kind of into the back of the bag down here, next to the 7D Mark II, and I would use that for the behind the goal remotes. So I'm just going to move the camera kind of down and just talk you guys through the actual configuration of the bag. Okay guys, so here is the actual kind of setup of the case and the configuration for those of you guys who were wondering. You can kind of see, now I used the pads. These are the official Think Tac like dividing kit, which kind of slots in there. I find that to be really good. It just protects all the gear and keeps it all nice and safe. You'll see I put the 300mm down the bottom, next to the 70-200. This is then the 24-70 end on. Over here I've got the two camera bodies, the 1DX and the 72. They've got their own little slots, so they've got like a divider that goes between them. And then over in here is the other 72, which goes on its end, because then I can fit the 10-22 kind of like tucked in here, in between when I need to. In the top I got the accessories. I'm not going to talk too much about it. So funnily enough, you guys who follow Peter McKinnon, which I'm sure a load of you will, he did a video all about a little pouch that he has. Well, that, and genuinely by coincidence, guys, is actually the same little pouch that I use. Mine's a different colour, though. When I was watching his video, I thought, man, I recognise that pouch. So I'm going to do a video talking through what's in my pouch there at some point. I also have down in here the memory cards. Those are kind of tucked in down there. And that's the configuration of the case, guys. Pretty much kind of standard. That's what I use whenever I'm using the roller case. Okay, guys, so there it is. Look, you've seen the bag, you've seen the gear, you've seen the setup. That is what's in my bag for shooting football photography in 2019. I hope you guys found it interesting. I hope you found some of the setup and kind of why I use certain gear interesting. I'll be doing more videos specifically relating to some of the bits within that. I've got plans coming for a 1DX versus a 7D Mark II video. I've got plans for a hard roller case versus the soft roller case video. We've got some standoff videos coming, guys, which should be cool. I'm going to talk through that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys found this video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up, smash it like you mean it, show me that you like the video. That means an awful lot to me, and it helps me kind of see which videos people find more interesting. If you're new around here, or maybe you're not new and you haven't subscribed yet, please do whack that subscribe button. Loads more videos coming, which I'm sure you guys will find interesting, and you can follow along with some of the stuff I'm up to. I don't just do football, basketball. I'm actually doing a rugby event this weekend, which I'm going to film some of to show you guys some of that as well. Should be good. Loads more videos coming on the channel. In the meantime, guys, please comment below. Let me know what kind of videos you enjoy more and any kind of video that you would like to see going forwards, and I will try my best to include it into the channel. Guys, thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next one.